All right, so this is a tool that I came up with. It's pretty basic in design, actually. I mean, I don't know why I couldn't have thought of this sooner, except for I don't know anything about plumbing, really. I've never really made anything out of PVC before. Sure, it sounds simple enough. I just never done it. So I got to doing some research and just trying to look for little tiny spouts or spigots or something like hose ends. And this is what I came up with. I figured that if this didn't work, I might be able to find a piece of like fairly rigid plastic tubing I could put on there and then maybe heat form into the shape I need. But it turned out this is actually going to work pretty good, I think. So this hose is about 3 feet long. You could probably go a little longer. And I added a little ball valve down here to be able to turn it on and off, so I'm not, blasting water all over the place um, as I try to take the thing in and out. But the bottom of it's just going to connect to a garden hose. And this is all real simple stuff. If you just go to Home Depot and ask them for some help, telling them what you're trying to do, make a piece of pipe. The standard hose end is usually, I think, a 5/8 inch size. So that's generally what you're going to be using. If you're not positive, measure it. And if you can't measure it, then bring the hose with you or something to the Home Depot. The blue stuff, the blue mesh, that's my poor job with PVC. If you want to get a good seal so it's not leaking, I guess you need a PVC glue. And I wasn't really sure what to grab, so I just told the guy at Home Depot I needed some glue, and he just handed me a bottle, and I grabbed it. So make sure when you're applying that you are outside or over a trash can or something, because the stuff can be kind of messy. It'll stick pretty good to your hands if it gets on there. It didn't cause any rashes or burn or anything. It's probably not ideal to get it on your skin, but you really don't want to get it on your floor or anything like that. So do it outside if you can. And the stuff can take up to 12 to 24 hours to dry, so don't expect to use this thing right away, because you really want to let that cure so you got a nice seal. Because if you don't, then you're going to end up with a leaky tool, and whenever you try to use this, it's going to be squirting water back in your face or whatever. And then you use a little Teflon tape anywhere. I don't have any here where the brass is threaded onto the PVC, but I am going to do that before I put this thing to use. I just wanted to kind of assemble it. And you can see there where I've got some Teflon tape wrapped around there. I got a pretty good application of that. So, with this, I wasn't even sure when I bought all these parts whether this was going to work or not. But as it turns out, if you look, it fits just perfectly in there. So I don't know how well you can see that, but I'm going to be able to just kind of turn and blast this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start down at the end at the channels closest to the downspout hole, and I'm going to try to just blast and get a bunch of that stuff kind of work toward the hole. And then once it's near the hole, you can reach up in there with some needle nose pliers or whatever you've got, some kind of stick or something, just to sort of fish the pine needles out of the channel. And then I can just sort of make my way down slowly, blasting this and kind of working it around, and just sort of do this. And I have a feeling this is only going to take me it's not going to take very long at all, I think. So I'm gonna feel pretty stupid for letting it be all stressed all this time. I mean, you can see that the support brackets have started to bend. So that's going to be a project for another day. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm probably going to replace these supports with some pressure treated 4x4 or something. Another thing I noticed when I moved in, it was already like this. That dent right there, it may not seem like a big deal, but this thing, it's already aluminum, or I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's steel. So it's not the strongest to begin with, and when you get heavy snow or anything like that on there, you really don't want to be depending on a bent support to protect your life. The other thing is that I have a husky. She's real wily. She's a rescue, and she has no manners at all. So when we bring her out here, she just kind of goes nuts on her leash and just runs around and things, and so it makes me real scared a lot of time when she gets on the other side of this pole, and I'm afraid she's just going to just tear this thing right out and bring the whole roof down with it. So yeah, that'll be a project for another day, but I'll get some stronger supports in here to replace all this, and hopefully this roof will last for years to come. And it should be a lot easier to keep clean once I've got it clean. But stay tuned. I'm going to try to get you a clip from up top, and then I'll get some shots of me blasting this thing out with some water at some point.